Well, today unfortunately is going to be rather a moist day it seems, but it's not going to put me off, because I've come to one of my very favourite cities in England. This is the beautiful Bath.
Bath is the largest city in the ceremonial county of Somerset. The city became part of the county of Avon in 1974 and, following Avon's abolition in 1996, has been the principal centre of Bath and North East Somerset. Bath is in the valley of the River Avon, 97 miles west of London and 11 miles southeast of Bristol. The city became a World Heritage Site in 1987. Bath became a spa around AD 60 when the Romans built baths and a temple in the valley of the River Avon. The Royal Crescent was built between 1767 and 1775 and designed by John Wood the Younger. This impressive landmark forms a sweeping crescent of 30 Grade 1 listed terraced houses, and is without doubt one of the greatest examples of Georgian architecture anywhere in the UK. This world-famous landmark is arranged around a perfect lawn overlooking Royal Victoria Park. Today it is home to the 5-star luxury hotel, the Royal Crescent, a museum of Georgian life at number 1, plus private housing. Many famous people have either lived or stayed in the Royal Crescent since it was first built over 240 years ago. Alongside the Royal Crescent, Bath features another impressively rounded landmark, the Circus. Originally known as the King's Circus, this remarkable site consists of 3 curved segments of Grade 1 listed townhouses, arranged in a circular shape. The striking attraction was designed by John Wood the Elder. Unfortunately, he didn't live to see his plans turned into reality, due to his death less than 3 months before construction of the circus began in 1754. His son, John Wood the Younger, completed the build in 1768. This extraordinary landmark has been home to a number of famous people over the years. The artist Thomas Gainsborough lived at number 17 between 1758 and 1774, using the house as his portrait studio. More recently, Hollywood actor Nicolas Cage also lived at the circus. During the Bath Blitz in 1942, part of the circus was badly bombed, demolishing several of the houses. They have now been reconstructed and restored in the original style.
I used to come to Bath when I was a boy. I had a great aunt who lived here, Auntie Joan, and she lived in a part of Bath called Widcombe. And I remember coming here about 2 or 3 times to visit her with a couple of cousins of mine. Auntie Joan was always very well organised, bless her, so whenever we did visit her, she always planned our days for us. So, coming to Bath, she always would take us to the most interesting parts of the city.
Walking on from the circus, I came to the magnificent assembly rooms. Consisting of the ballroom, octagon, tea room and card room, The assembly rooms were used in the 18th century for dancing, music and card playing, tea drinking and conversation. The world-famous Fashion Museum is located here, and the assembly rooms are available to view when not in use for functions and conferences. Descending from the assembly rooms, I arrived on George Street before turning right along Milsom Street. Here I was at the top end of Bath's main shopping area. The shops are scattered between the elegant Georgian parades, intriguing side streets and picturesque alleyways, all within an easy walking distance of one another. The oldest shopping destination in the UK is Jolly's on Milsom Street, which opened in 1823. It is now home to House of Fraser and has a lovely tea room on the ground floor. Towards the end of the year, the city becomes a magical place for festive shopping, with the Bath Christmas market offering over 170 chalets, packed with handmade gifts and local produce.
Well, it may be chucking it down with rain, but it's nice to see that the rain isn't stopping everybody else coming out to enjoy this beautiful city.
Continuing along the main shopping street, I walked down Union Street, but upon reaching Stall Street, I decided to turn off and walk towards one of my favourite features in Bath.
Well, even though that might look like a typical street in Bath, it's actually a bridge, so let's go have a look.
Pulteney Bridge, which incorporates shops, was built by Robert Adam in 1769. The estimated cost of the bridge was £1,000. It ended up costing £10,000, which over 200 years ago was the equivalent of several £1,000,000 today. There are several cafes on or overlooking the bridge. The street that goes over it is the best place to explore for a restaurant, with several different types of cuisine on offer to suit all price ranges. With its sweeping horseshoe-shaped weir, Pulteney Bridge is one of Bath's most famous images. It was originally a toll bridge and boundary between parishes, built on condition that fresh water could be piped across it from the hills to the townhouses. Boat trips leave regularly from here, going above the weir upriver to Bath Hampton. The open-top bus tours start right by here, on Grand Parade. It's a good place to start or finish a nighttime walk with someone special, and it has plenty of intimate places to eat and drink. walked along North Parade to Pierpont Street and descended some steps into Parade Gardens. These delightful gardens are Bath's most centrally situated and popular pleasure grounds, attracting both tourists and residents. Overlooking the River Avon, they give fine views of Pulteney Bridge and the Weir, especially from the colonnade built early in the last century. The bedding displays are among the finest in the country, and the annual three-dimensional floral feature in the summer is always fun. Concerts are held in the bandstand throughout the summer months, and children's entertainment is provided during the summer holidays.
During the 1990s, I used to come to Bath quite regularly. At that time I was living in Bristol, so I was only about 12 miles away from Bath, and I used to prefer to come to Bath shopping than going into the centre of Bristol, because Bath was just such a beautiful place to shop. And I also went out with friends for nights out in Bath sometimes, because it was also a lovely place to come for a night out. We used to go to various pubs, bars, and end up in one or two nightclubs. It was great. I used to love coming to Bath, whether it's for the day or for a night out.
The rain was still coming down, but it was not ruining my day, so I carried on to enjoy more of the beautiful city. It was now time to walk over to Bath Abbey. The first sight most visitors have of the Abbey is the west front, with its unique ladders of angels. The story behind this is that the Bishop of Bath, Oliver King, is said to have had a dream of ascending and descending angels, which inspired the design of the facade, which thousands of people gaze up at and admire today. Magnificent stained glass windows, columns of honey gold stone, and some of the finest fan vaulting in the world create an extraordinary experience of light and space. But there is more to it than that. There has been a place of Christian worship on this site for over 1200 years, and the Abbey remains very much a living church today, with services taking place throughout the entire week. Next to the Abbey are the Roman baths and pump room. Bath was founded upon natural hot springs, with the steaming water playing a key role throughout its history. The Roman baths were constructed around 70 AD as a grand bathing and socialising complex. It is now one of the best preserved Roman remains in the world. Over 1 million litres of steaming spring water reaching 46 degrees Celsius still fill the bathing site every single day. The Romans believed this was the mystical work of the gods, but we now know that the water source, which comes from the King's Spring, fell as rainwater around 10,000 BC. Visitors can also take a sip of the spa water in the pump room. Containing 42 minerals and believed to have healing powers, this is a unique opportunity to literally get a real taste of Roman Bath. Alternatively, visitors can enjoy afternoon tea in the pump room restaurant, accompanied by music from the pump room trio. Turning along Bath Street, I found Thermae Bath Spa, an award-winning natural spa where visitors can bathe in Britain's only naturally warm, mineral-rich waters, as the Celts and Romans did over 2,000 years ago. Visitors can relax in the indoor Minerva bath and open-air rooftop pool with spectacular views over the city. Additionally, you can refresh your senses in the new multi-sensory wellness suite and choose from over 40 spa treatments and packages. The next place I came to was the Georgian Theatre Royal. Built in 1805, it was beautifully refurbished in 2010. The Theatre Royal offers a year-round programme of top-quality drama, including many West End productions, opera, comedy, dance and frequent Sunday concerts. Beyond the Theatre Royal, I passed through Queen Square. It is a square of Georgian houses designed in the early 18th century by John Wood the Elder. The focal point of Queen Square is the obelisk at the centre, which was erected by Beau Nash in 1738 in honour of Frederick, Prince of Wales. The square was designed to join the houses in unison and give the impression that together they formed one large mansion when viewed from the south-facing side. So that was my day in Bath, but before leaving I had just one more stop to make.
This is a really nice and appropriate place for me to finish my day in Bath. I'm on Beecham Cliff, and this was somewhere where I used to come with Auntie Joan quite a lot when I came to Bath visiting her. And it's actually just above where she used to live. She hasn't been around, bless her, for many years now, but I will always think of her when I come to Bath. Now, despite the wet weather today, it has not spoilt my day in Bath. I've probably not been here for, it must be a minimum of 20 years since I was last here. And it's still a beautiful city, it really is. And I have to say that Bath is probably still one of my very favourite English cities.